Today we are doing a workout to help runners strengthen their glute med and glute min. When they get weak, can cause leg instability and maybe IT band syndrome, and it just interferes in your running performance. It's no fun. We will start with some dynamic stretching, then we will move to clamshells with a band, slow standing hip abductions, and then we will finish up with some slow single leg RDLs and a nice stretch at the end. If you do not have bands today, that's okay. You can use your body weight for most of today's exercises, and you can also use lightweight. Alrighty, so let's get down on the floor and do some dynamic stretching just to open up the hips a little bit, and we'll get to work. We are going to get into a pigeon position, but stay upright. So bring your leg forward like so. Otherwise, get into the position that's comfortable, and then just rock back and forth, keeping your spine nice and neutral. Just open up those hips. Actually, you're stretching your glutes here, which will help you open up your hips. The hips are very complex. There are a lot of muscles that surround them. So stretching all the muscles in the hip area is a good thing to do to open up your hips. Front, side, back. Okay, let's switch. So just bring the other leg up now. Same thing. This helps get the hip flexors as well. Glutes and hip flexors, a lot of muscles in the hips. This is a great one to do before you go running too. Just do it for a little bit until you feel loose. Okay, we're going to move into the sideline clamshells. I'm going to use a pretty stretchy band because, again, it's not max reps or strength here. We're not going to feel the burn or anything like that, although you might feel it. So we want to make this area strong, and we need to use slow, controlled, intentional movements and try to work in your full range. We are going to lift for 20 of these suckers. Get ready. 1, actually 15 because we're going slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, I'm so weak. 6, 7. You don't realize until you start doing it, eh? 8, 9, 10, 11. You can hear the truck backing up. 12. I don't know if you can hear that beeping. 13. It's my neighbor. 14. 15. Okay, let's switch to the other side. You can keep the band on. Here we go. 1. Oh yeah, stronger on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now let's go to the other side. We're doing 2 sets. If you want to do more, you can pause the video and do that. Get ready. Stack, alignment, execute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. 8. What a difference between the 2 sides. 9, 10. Let me know if you're feeling the same. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. last one was really hard. Fix this. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, clamshells are so good, but they can get tough. Next up, we're doing the standing banded hip abduction. So again, you want a band that you can be able to lift your leg out from your body. And if you don't have a band, you can use a weight and hold it on your leg and lift like that. Or your body weight above your knees. And you can actually do these down by your ankles too, like this. Now, what we're going to do is we have to stand tall on the one leg, and we're going to lift the other leg out like that. Let's begin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, wow, 10. See, that's that weak leg. Switch to the other side. Get ready. Stand nice and tall. Neutral spine. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can feel my muscles. 5, engaging by just sticking my fingers in here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now the other side. Give a little rest. We're working on muscular endurance here. Get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You can do more reps than me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like to put my hand on the target area. 9, 10. So I can just really focus on where I need to concentrate. Other leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, wow, 10. Okay, next up, slow RDLs. We're going to do 5 per leg, 2 rounds. When you dip forward, is that you do it in the hip and not in the back. So some people go like this. I'm using my back to get my weight low. I want to use my hip. So it is just a pure hip hinge, like that. See, now I'm hinging in my hip. Keep your core braced. We're going to do 5 on this leg and then 5 on the other leg, twice, 2 rounds. Here we go. 1. Start with a shorter range and then increase it as you go. 2. But stop before you round your back. 3, so you really make sure you get your hips. 4. 5. Actually, we're going to increase this. 5's not enough. We need to go to 8. 6. 7. Focus on your form. That's the most important here. 8. Here we go. 1. Neutral spine. 2. Keep it braced and steady, hinging in the hip. 3. 4. How far you go is up to you. 5, as long as the hinging is happening in the hips and not in the back. 6, in other words, do not round your back to reach further. 7, 1 more. 8. Good. Switch to the other side. Here we go. 1. Focus on control. 2. The whole way down and the whole way up. 3. 4. Single leg RDLs. 5. We're going to do 3 more. 6. 7. My hamstring is definitely weaker on this side. 8. Switch legs. And let's hip hinge. 1. I gotta move. That's a squeaky floor. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Good stuff. Awesome. Now we are going to get down on the floor and do a figure 4 stretch. This is our final exercise for today. So lay on your back, cross the knee, the ankle over the knee, pull up, flex your foot, and reach your arms around the leg. I like to push a little bit on this knee. And breathe deep and try to relax your hips while you're doing this. On every out breath, relax so you can feel the tension dissipate. Switch to the other side. And release. Woo! That's it. We're done. That's the simple routine. The hard part is doing it frequently because that's what you need in order to restore the function and strength in your hips. Now, I have a mobility series already on my channel where you can assess your mobility in your ankles, hips, T-spine, and shoulders. I'll put the link for that below this video. Check it out. If you have any questions or any suggestions, drop them in the comments. Thank you for coming and joining me today, and I hope you come back again. Okay, bye for now.